Hi, I'm Jenny, and today I want to go over what the message was at church. And the reason why I'm doing this is really so it'll sink into my thick head, but also just in case it helps anyone else. I thought it was really interesting today. Um, it was called the bronze snake, and um, beginning with uh, a verse from Numbers 21, verse 4. And it's the Israelites. They had been traveling in the desert for 2 years, and um, they were getting really tired of it. And so this is verse starts 21 verse 4. They traveled from Mount Hor along to the route of the Red Sea to go around Edom. But the people grew impatient on the way. They spoke against God and against Moses and said, "Why have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the desert? There is no bread, there is no water, and we detest this miserable food." Then the Lord sent venomous snakes among them. They bit the people, and many Israelites died. The people came to Moses and said, "We sinned when we spoke against the Lord and against you. Pray that the Lord will take the snakes away from us." So Moses prayed for the people. The Lord said to Moses, "Make a snake and put it on a pole. Anyone who is bitten can look at it and live." So Moses made a bronze snake and put it up on a pole, and then anyone who was bitten by the snake looked at the snake, he lived. So that was basically the beginning of the conversation, that the snake on the pole is actually the medical signal or sign today. And this is also has some meaning in Greek mythology too. Uh, in Greek mythology, the meaning of the bronze snake, Asclepius, Clepius, the god of medicine, son of Apollo, and he also had the rod with the snake on it, which is extremely interesting to me because I'm really interested in Atlantis and um, how that may correspond with the flood. I don't, but also the Bronze Age in Egypt, the Egyptian god of Thoth. He's the creator of arith- arithmetic arithmetic geometry, astronomy, and medicine, and um, I don't know, something to do with the snake there too. I think that was interesting, but then also goes into the Hippocratic Oath. What exactly is the text of the oath? "I will carry out, according to my ability and judgment, this oath and this indenture, to hold my teacher in this art equal to my own parents, to make him partner in my livelihood when he is in need of money, to share a mind with him, to consider his family as my own brothers, and to teach them this art, if they want to learn it without fee or indenture, to impart precept, oral instruction, and all other instruction to my own sons, the sons of my teacher, and to indentured pupils who have taken the healer's oath, but nobody else. I'll use those dietary regimens which will benefit my patients according to the greatest ability and judgment, and I will do no harm or injustice to them. Neither will I administer a poison to anybody when asked to do so, nor will I suggest a course. Similarly, I will not give a woman a pessary to cause abortion, but I will keep pure and holy both my life and my art. I will not use the knife, not even verily on sufferers from the stone, but I will give place to such as the craftsmen therein. In whatsoever houses I enter, I will enter to help the sick. I will abstain from all intentional wrongdoing and harm, especially from abusing the bodies of man or woman, bond or free. And whatsoever I shall see or hear in the course of my profession, as well as outside my profession, in my intercourse with men, if it will be what it should be, should not be published abroad, I will never divulge, holding such things to be holy secrets. Now, if I carry out this oath and break it not, may I gain forever reputation among all men for my life and for my art. But if I break it and forswear myself, may the opposite befall me. That's very interesting. Um, and then uh, he talked about the Greek term pharmakon, which means uh, it means both drug and poison. And example would be like chemotherapy. So, um, as at this point in the lesson, um, we're at uh, it's not a good idea to selfishly complain to God who is saving you. He did not take away the snakes, but he provided an antidote, which was the bronze snake in the rod. And then he also talked about how it eventually became an idol. Oops. In First, Second Kings, the copper serpent became an idol. So I guess that's where talks about don't have any other gods before me, don't worship idols. And it's in modern day, there's a lot of idols. I think, um, in my personal opinion, AI is a current idol. It's a graven image. Um, and then he tied it to the New Testament, John 3:14. Um, John 3:14 says, just as Moses lifted up the snake in the desert, so the Son of Man must be lifted up, that everyone who believes in him may have eternal life. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. Whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe stands condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of God, God's one and only Son. This is the verdict. Light has come into the world, but men loved darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil. Everyone who does evil hates the light and will not come into the light for fear that his deeds will be exposed. But whoever lives by the truth comes into the light, so that it may be seen plainly that what he has done has been done through God. So that's another. Um, so the bronze snake would be considered. I should Google this. 3:14. So the snake would be considered an allegory to God sending his son Jesus. And Jesus came to show us that we need to forgive people and that our faults are also forgiven so that we can try to do good. We can continue to try and continue to get better at in our lives and continue to get stronger and to walk in God, because without God there's nothing but hate and bad things. God is really the only good thing. God is the source of all the good things in the world. He's not the source of the bad things. And God's love is the only way that we can help others and to love ourselves. So that was my uh, interpretation of the message today at church. And thank you for listening. Have a good day.